Okay, we're going to do an update on the 56. We're moving forward with things. We got a bunch of stuff we ordered. This box right here is a front disc brake kit. It's got drilled and slotted rotors, which should bolt right onto that thing. These are the old, I pulled the old drums off of there and there were no brakes in there. There's a cylinder, but no shoes, no hardware. Same thing on this side. Bunch of cobwebs. It's been that way for a while. But yeah, we got to reuse these spindles, pull the backing plates off, and bolt on the disc brakes. So there is that. That'll keep me going for a while. I do have some other pieces here. Whoops, what's this? We have a new intake manifold and carburetors. And yeah, valve covers, front shocks, rear air shocks. We've got the idler arm bushings, and these are the upper and lower A-arm bushings. I am still waiting for new ball joints to arrive. I'm also got a new radiator coming. So that's about it for the new parts. I've done a little bit of work here underneath. I got it kind of cleaned up. I got my fuel line and my battery cable plumbed. You can see the fuel line is in a brand new gas tank. So yeah, it's looking pretty good. I still need to swap out this rear end. I've got the other one here. And I've got some new rear end perches here to weld on once I get this thing in there. But I need to replace the brakes and rotors on this rear end, but I think I can do that anytime once I get it in place. I do, however, have to re-drill this hole pattern. This is a Ford pattern, which is 4.5 inch bolt circle, and the GM pattern is 4 3/4. So I did this swap in my old 55, and I made a jig to bolt on to re-drill. But right now I've loaned my jig out, and I'm waiting to get it back so I can re-drill this. So anyhow, I picked up this also. This is a donor car. I've cleaned out the trunk, but I haven't cleaned the front. This is a 4-door. Ooh. And that gives me a lot of the dash pieces. It will give me a glove box, an ashtray. This was a stick car. It'll give me the emergency brake cable, or parking brake, whatever you want to call it. E-brake. It used to be called e-brake. Now it's called a parking brake. But the Belair doesn't have that. This is a 150 model, which has a little different trim on it. But it's, yeah, the parking brake and the cable and the pulleys to make it work I need. There's what else do I need here? I need the wiper blades, all the wiper mechanisms. I can reuse this chrome trim on the windshield. The windshield's broke, but I can use the trim. And actually my firewall's all smashed in, and I can cut this piece out and replace it in mine. So I need that. I can do some rust repair using pieces off of this. I kind of feel bad about doing that to this, cutting this car up, because this car could be buildable. But I'm gonna yeah, I've not cleaned out the inside. I'm afraid of what I might find. I don't want any critters jumping out at me. So I kind of left it here for a few days just to give the tenants a chance to evacuate. But yeah, all the hardware that is on the doors I can reuse. Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot there that, and this thing has a 10-bolt rear end. It's not the factory rear end. However, I noticed when you look it through here, this is the same thing. It don't have a drum on it and no brakes. So this is another one of those. I did clean out the trunk for the most part. It was full of parts, and I'll show you those parts here in a minute. But yeah, it's got rust in the floors, but for the most part this would be a builder. I do have a title for it too. And yes, it's got the gas filler and the taillight. So here I'll show you some of the other parts that I dug out of it, what I've got stowed away here. So yeah, it came with another back bumper, which I didn't have. It came with a hood, which I had, but this one's kind of banged up here and there. One of the hoods, I don't know which one, I'm gonna probably knock a hole in. And it's got all the inside trim, a little bit of the outside trim was loose in it. The stuff around the windshield and the matte glass I can use. And it's got the dash trim, which is kind of cool. But yeah, most of this stuff come out of that car. And a lot of this stuff came with the car, the two-door, the Belair. I've got a fairly decent grill. So anyhow, I've got pieces scattered all over the place. Pretty soon I'll have a complete car. I've got the inside door panels with all the chrome pieces for the Belair, which is really nice. Those are the little things that trip you up when you're piecing a car together. But it's cool. I got the bumper and all the brackets with it. I'll show you this fender. This fender came with that donor car, the 4-door. And it's in pretty fair shape. The eyebrow is really good compared to the old one right behind it. You can see the eyebrow is rusted pretty bad. Yeah, and I didn't have the lower chrome piece on the old one, and I do on the new one. So that gave me a little more, some better pieces. Of course, the old one also had some damage down there, where this one's pretty clean. It's got a few dents and a little bit of rust, but it's way better than the other one. I got a little bit of rust in the eyebrow of the passenger fender, but other than that, it's pretty clean. So yeah, that was part of what I got with the 4-door. Also, the 4-door has a good back window that will fit in the Belair. So yeah, I'm going to use that back glass, among other things. Anyhow, it was well worth it, I think. Still need more pieces to the puzzle, but getting a little bit every day. Oh, and I did put a epoxy prime on the body. Still a little light areas, but it's way better than it was. At least I know it's sealed up better. Okay, it's another day. I'm still waiting on a few more pieces. I started tearing into the front end of this car. And I got this one side off, the A-arms. And to get new bushings on it, I'm waiting on the new ball joints to show up. They're supposed to be here today. But yeah, we'll have new ball joints, bushings. and of course the new brake assemblies with the disc brakes. One thing I did is I went yesterday and I picked up this transmission. This is a Muncie M20 4-speed transmission, which is what I was looking for. So yeah, we got that in the works, and that'll be installed when I install the new motor. But yeah, it is coming together. I'm glad I got that transmission. That was something I really wanted. That 3-speed that's in there would have worked, but it's very weak. The first time I stepped on the gas, it would break. So, plus nobody enjoys a 3-speed, especially me. But anyhow, this budget build is not quite so budget yet. I'm wrapping up a lot of money in it. That's the way it goes. I intend to do a budget build and things just snowball. So anyhow, that's where I'm at now. I'm going to start cleaning these A-arms up and get the bushings changed out of there. And move forward. Anyway, thanks for watching.